Hello, for my informative speech, I'm going to be talking about why sleep matters. Without getting the proper amount of sleep, the brain is unable to properly process emotions and make appropriate responses. Sleep deprivation is often overlooked but can be to blame for one's lack of mental clarity, physical well-being, and the inability to make clear decisions. Today, I will be discussing the three main themes related to why sleep matters. The first being the connection between sleep and your quality of life. The second being the science behind how much sleep we should be getting. And last, how the lack of sleep affects your decision making. We often will prioritize watching a show or staying up late on our phones instead of shutting our eyes and getting the extra amount of sleep. But I think if we really knew what we were doing to our quality of life, we would put those distractions away and head to bed. The first point is sleep and your quality of life. There are connections between sleep and the immune functions, heart health, mental clarity, and weight management. While being asleep, your body goes through a memory consolidation and emotional regulation, as well as vital repair processes. There is a higher risk for cardiovascular diseases, high blood pressure, heart attacks, and strokes. During deep sleep, your heart rate and blood pressure naturally decrease, which reduces stress on your cardiovascular system. If you have ever stayed up all night and did not sleep or slept for only a few hours, did you notice the next morning that you had a lack of mental clarity? The second main point is the science behind how much sleep we should be getting. The answer to how much sleep we should be getting is somewhere between 7 to 9 hours a night. There is a range because everybody is different, and it's important to know and acknowledge what your body needs. If your body wants to oversleep, this tells us that there might be an underlying issue, such as your body catching up on sleep from the night before or simply just fighting off a cold. If you're getting less than 7 hours, it's significantly proven that your body will start to have a range of different problems, such as those mentioned in the last point. A personal example is the last few days I've been on a road trip and we've decided to book hotels along the way. However, we didn't plan for unexpected events, and that led us to traveling an extra 4 hours and getting a lack of sleep. So this morning we overslept because our body needed the extra amount of sleep. Now that you're aware of how much sleep your body needs to be able to properly function, I will go into detail about how the lack of sleep can affect your next day and your decision making. The final point is how lack of sleep affects decision making. Sleep deprivation can lead to a lack of moral judgment. Lack of sleep results in a person's response time being delayed. One is more easily persuaded and lenient when they are more sleep deprived. There is a greater difficulty for a sleep deprived person to make moral decisions. For example, consider a situation where a sleep deprived parent and a child who is begging to use their electronics. A lot of the times, parents are not getting enough sleep and having their children use an iPad or watch TV. This is an example of how sleep deprivation can lead to a person becoming more lenient. Now that I've gone over how much sleep matters, I hope you're able to start prioritizing your sleep if you don't already. Sleep is an essential part of your quality of life, and I think many people don't prioritize it as much as they should. By prioritizing your sleep, you're prioritizing your quality of life. And by getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night, that should be something that you strive for. By doing this, you'll be able to have confidence in yourself and the decisions that you make throughout your day. Thank you for listening to my informative speech. My name is Rebecca Larson.